Hey guys, back with another video. I get a lot of questions, obviously not on my videos, but DMs and people that I deal with during the week. They're like, I really struggle trying to go after my desire. And I want all of you to be super aware. If you have a strong desire, you can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop wanting it. It draws you to take the action. And so a lot of times I think people just have these false desires that what they're doing is they need money, or they need health, or they need something. And so they just make that, they try to make that their desire. That's not how desires work. You don't get to make your desire. Your desires are things that when you think about them or you're doing them, they excite you more than anything else. Some people they love painting, right? They weren't like, oh, I think I'm going to try painting, so I'm going to make that a desire. That's not what a desire is. A desire draws you to it. It's your soul wanting to express to and through you, right? I believe we're all gifted with certain desires, so that we don't all have the same desire, because there would be no need for all of us to have the same desire. That would lead to competition, right? So we all have these different desires drawing us, trying to get us excited enough and invested enough in that desire to actually take action on it. And it's really not until you just abandon all other worries and fear and dive both feet into that desire, right? We've gone over this. We created a theory. Then we created a fantasy, if you've been watching my channel, right? And that fantasy is what we want to express. It can change a little bit as you're going along, but you shouldn't have to schedule time to work on your desires. You should be wanting to do them all the time, right? And so way back in the beginning of my videos, I really emphasized taking a long time and pondering on and writing down and thinking about and meditating on what you really want. I have a lot of wants, but I can't get jazzed up over them as much as I can my desire, which is to help a bunch of people. I can try focusing on just money, but then I can't keep a strong attention on that, because I want to figure out a better, faster, simpler way to help people. And so you'll really start to understand in the beginning. This is why when I talk about pattern plans versus free will, pattern plan doesn't have, it's exempt. It can't think. It can't waver, right? That seed for corn or that seed for broccoli, it can only vibrate to become the best and most abundant broccoli possible. It can't be worried. It can't think about money, or I wonder how much I'm going to be sold for, or I wonder how much I'm going to. It doesn't get that option. And so in the beginning, when you're really starting, you're going to be sending energy all over the place, and this is the most important part. But until you find your desire, it's just hard to take action on things you think you want, right? Which leads back to procrastination, right? We let fear and worry make all of our decisions for us. Well, I don't have enough money to live the life that I want to live, so I'm going to get online and find something that really is cool and try that. And that got hard, so I'm going to move on to the next thing. And that got kind of hard, and I'm going to move on to the next thing. And that's kind of scary, I'm going to move on to the next thing, right? You're not understanding what I'm saying. And you might not have taken enough time in the beginning to really take the time and the energy to find out what it is you truly want to do for the rest of your life. And on that path, all these little things you're worrying about will happen. But we have to change our personality to get the reality that we really, really want. We have to. It's non-negotiable. We don't get to become someone that's vibrating way above where we're vibrating at until we learn how to vibrate like that, right? I don't want to get too in depth, because I don't want you guys to start fixating on all of this vibration and getting sidetracked In the beginning, you just need basic principles and to start understanding and start the journey. And as you're going along in that journey, you're automatically going to start vibrating better, and you're going to start thinking better and acting better and speaking better. And you're going to shift off of me onto help other people. If your desire is to help other people, you shouldn't have any worries. Everything that's coming back to you is going to be multiplied if you're doing it without an expectation. No, if I was to get on here and try to make these videos and then sit on my couch and think about, okay, well, I can make X amount if this many people watch this, right? That's not a desire, right? I'm falling into competition. I'm trying to figure out how to make a better video than someone else because I'm worried that they, for some reason, are earning money or making money or whatever they're doing, right? I've lost the whole point in what I'm trying to do. I don't care what anyone else is doing. I hope they get billions of views. I want everyone to prosper if they're giving good information and if they're making you grow. If they're not forcing you to grow, but they sound really cool and intelligent, I would really take some time to see how you resonate with them. If you're doing the easy route, you're in the 97%. You haven't made a committed decision to get into the 3% because you need to be failing and growing and failing and growing and failing. It's the only way you can grow is through failure. And it's not a failure unless you quit. If I'm making videos trying to help people and I let any part of it frustrate me and I put these expectations that, oh my gosh, I just, I've been doing this for X amount of time. I should have X amount, that all comes with time and effort. I don't give energy to that part of the equation. I want to do the best that I can do to try to help as many people as I can. And if it's one person, that's amazing. It's really hard to get out of the physical. A lot of channels and a lot of people sound like they're not in the physical, but they still are. Right? We are being studied constantly so that corporations can target us to be consumers. That's what we've been programmed to be. We have had our self-worth and our self-appreciation stripped from us and made to feel like if we don't have the newest and coolest thing, we're not good enough. Somebody else is better than us, right? Our monetary system doesn't work if we're not spending all of our money on these things that everyone is selling. That's how our system is set up, right? So you have corporations, their whole goal is to take all of your money on their products, which in turn grows the GPD, right? I mean, it's super simple. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy things and have fun, but are the things you're buying really helping you or making you grow or giving you fulfillment for a long period of time? Or is it just superficial and quick and easy and temporary, right? And then maybe you need to go back and work on gratitude and really start to understand what is gratitude. How do I have gratitude? How can I be thankful and grateful for the little things I have and not fixated on the things I don't have yet? That's what most people are doing. Most people cannot get excited about the things they have. They are solely fixated on the things they're missing, the things they want that they don't have. You guys should all be very aware of that by now, right? So if you're struggling and you're talking about, it's really hard for me to get up, or it's really hard for me to make a video, it's really hard for me to write that page in my book, or it's really hard for me to do the journal, or it's whatever it is, your desire is not big enough, right? I've gone over the A, B, and C's of goals, right? An A goal is something you've already done. If you bought a new car, an A goal would be setting a goal to buy another car. You've already done that. There's no growing. A B goal would be something you might not have done yet, but if a couple of things worked out and some people that owed you money, or if you could talk to an uncle who has a lot of money and get some and borrow something from him, you can figure out in your mind how this would work out. That's a B type goal. C type goal, which is what we should be setting, you have no idea how that's possible to do. It sounds astronomical. You can't use your reasoning mind and figure it out. It's impossible. And it's super scary. That's the kind of goals you need to be setting, right? Which turns into a desire. a burning desire. Now, when that burning desire has you excited and in the moment, you're in spirit, you're inspired. Quit looking at that your results haven't changed yet. Keep focused on moving forward and becoming that person that you need to become. And at some point, you're going to be blessed and things start to shift. Now, on the way, you see all these synchronicities, right? We've gone over this, the green lights, the parking stalls. You're finding money. People are opening doors for you. People are becoming more attracted to you and wanting to be around you. People are noticing you're changing and asking you, hey, what are you doing? How are you changing? Right? These are all the synchronicities because you're leaving the herd. Society's never going to change. The downfall is everyone's trying to conform. Everybody's looking at someone else and wanting to be like them, or looking at the people that are around them and wanting to be like them and settling, right? And it all starts with school, right? Can't you act like all the other kids? Can't you act like all the other children here? No, I'm not them. Shouldn't be acting like them. Should be expressing myself, right? And so we start moving in that direction and we get out of the herd. We're not following them. We don't care what they think about us anymore. We don't care that they think we're in la la land, and none of that matters. The only thing that matters about that is that you know you're on the right direction, because nobody else thinks you're on the right path. Just like every entrepreneur, who family members and friends and their partners have all told them, dude, don't do that, it's scary. You're gonna get hurt, you can't do that, you're not smart enough, you're not this, you're not that. They had money, they went to college. All of those things, use that as fuel. I'm gonna do it without going to college. Or I went to college and so that's why I can do it. Or I can read enough books and gather enough information to do anything I want. I don't need all of that stuff, right? So you're building this huge desire. So just remember, start connecting dots back. If you had a bad week or you didn't do many action steps during a week, what was going on, right? Is your desire strong enough? Or were you having a problem because you were bumping up against the terror barrier, right? You didn't make a committed enough decision. What was it? You'll find the answer, but you have to take time and look. And so you're doing all of that. And you're like, oh yeah, okay, this is what happened, right? And then the next week you just try to do better, right? Force negates. You cannot be fighting through this. It doesn't work. You need to let go and let God. Sometimes you just have to sit down and be like, man, this just seems overwhelming and I don't know if this is right for me. And you will get an intuition hit, right? And you can take that intuition. It might be the one action step that you haven't even thought of yet to take and call someone or something. And it starts you rolling again. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you guys can start interacting with me a little bit more. That would be amazing. I'd really like to know where you're at, what you got going on, anything else I can talk about to help you specifically. So thanks guys, I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe. Thanks, bye.